JonBenét Ramsey. Will we ever find the killer? I should say killers. I believe more than one had to be involved. The Boulder District Attorney Alex Hunter says the grand jury is coming to an end, but no announcement is expected today. Nothing over the weekend, he says. What is going on in beautiful Boulder, Colorado? Joining us from Denver is former Chief Deputy District Attorney of Denver, Craig Silverman. We were once on the Geraldo show together. You remember that guy? And he's been following this case from the very beginning. Always enjoy watching your analysis. What have your sources told you, Mr. Silverman?
Well, the betting odds just changed today with the announcement. First, Alex Hunter came out telling the media to be alert over the weekend that an announcement could come on Monday or Tuesday. And then we found out that the grand jury decided to meet on Tuesday. It could be that the grand jury is finally realizing that they have the power. The grand jury is traditionally a prosecutor's tool, but really, if they assert themselves, they have the power. The other interesting thing about a grand jury is that they could be watching this show right now, and certainly in the Denver area, Denver-Boulder area, they've been exposed to a lot of media, and a lot of people such as myself have been telling them that they have the power to do what they want, not necessarily what Alex Hunter wants.
Excellent. Now, it's been so long, my memory's starting to fade on some of the important details. Was there a snow dusting? Was the snowfall after that on Christmas Day? What about blades of grass pressed down, even if there wasn't a snow dusting?
There was always some confusion. Like most winter storms in Colorado, they quickly melt. That day, there was a light dusting of snow, and it's unclear that an intruder would have necessarily had to have left tracks.
Right. Like everything else, it can go both ways. Now, What about this lady officer that was on the scene that came forward, finally broke her own self-imposed silence to defend her own reputation? How much of what she said is credible about all the tensions and the scene inside the house?
I think it's pretty credible. She joined a long list of law enforcement officers who are more interested in protecting their own reputation as opposed to seeing justice for JonBenét. It's surprising that she couldn't wait until the grand jury was done. It's also surprising that she felt the need to file a lawsuit against the Boulder Police Department. But perhaps the most interesting thing is that she's been a witness in front of that grand jury, and she stated definitively on Good Morning America that she believes she knows who killed JonBenét Ramsey, and yet having testified, having heard the prosecutors in the grand jury room, having seen and heard the grand jurors, she predicted there would be no indictment. It makes you wonder why.
Now, most of us are used to, Craig, television shows where the DA's office has a friendly tension with the police investigators. In Hill Street Blues, it was a romance. You know, with the female DA was in love with the chief lieutenant or whatever.
I think it was the chief public defender in love with Daniel J. Travanti.
Yeah, that's
I get your point.
That's right. But you get my point. Is there's never been this absurd tension that leaves a brutal murder of a gorgeous little girl just twisting around for years now. Is this unique to Colorado? Should people be alerted that this could happen anywhere else in the country, these professional tensions that leave a murder unresolved?
You need to distinguish Colorado from Boulder. Even all of us in Denver and in the other parts of Colorado recognize that Boulder's a little different. Witness Alex Hunter, who's had a quarter-century history of messing up major murder cases.
Wow.
He's made all sorts of mistakes. He's very liberal, but that's what the community in Boulder wants. They want a liberal DA. It serves them well, their interests, except and unless they have a tragic murder case like this. Then everybody wants justice, and it's unclear whether Alex Hunter is the man who can deliver.
So for the son in a wealthier family getting caught with pot or something, that's what they like. They just weren't prepared for a murder. Well, where do we go from here? Final conclusions, Craig.
I think that we're all in a wait-and-see mold. The grand jury has a number of choices. They can vote a true bill of indictment against one or more people, or they can vote no true bill of indictment. And certainly Alex Hunter has gone out of his way to present not only prosecution witnesses, but he's called all sorts of sympathetic witnesses for the Ramseys, Lou Smith, John Douglas, all the surviving Ramsey children. So this grand jury has a lot on his plate. I bet that in that room there's a lot of disagreement, just like in the country. People have different opinions on who killed JonBenét, and I bet it's true in that grand jury room as well.
Well, this following O.J. escaping justice and the Menendez brothers making fools of the court, we want this one over. Thank you, Craig, very much. Next, Bill O'Reilly breaks the NYPD's blue wall of silence in a